This is just a quick announcement to let you know that Israel Keyes' Life in Full Detail Episode 2, The Victims, is now available exclusively on crimecult.com. At the end of this video, I'm going to play a free preview of the episode for you. Episode 2 begins in Neah Bay, Washington, with Keyes' suspected first victim, who we have identified as Nicole Angel. This includes an exclusive original interview with one of her childhood friends. This episode goes on to cover all the known victims of Keyes as well as the most highly contested suspected victims, and features images, video, and audio that have never seen the light of day from both Texas and Essex, Vermont. Israel Keyes' Life in Full Detail, The Victims, ends in the winter of 2011 following the murder of Bill and Lorraine Currier, just before the kidnapping of Samantha Koenig, who will be covered in more detail in Episode 3. Now that Israel was out of the military, he applied for work on the reservation, and once he was accepted, he moved to Neah Bay. He and Tammy took their first vacation together on September 11th, 2001, when they spent 5 days together at the Quinault Beach Resort in Ocean Shores, Washington. Keyes would actually work during the day, and then he would drive back to the resort in the evenings. Initially, Keyes was receiving unemployment and would take odd jobs around the reservation. He was really good at fixing things and was a really great carpenter and good at construction, and eventually he landed a job with the Parks and Recreation Commission. A friend of Keyes spoke with investigators after his 2012 arrest and said that Keyes was in charge of trail maintenance and that he would have had easy access to those areas. He was asked about Keyes' involvement with pipe bombs and other types of explosives and stated that playing around with that stuff was common out on the reservation because no one was around to know about it. He said, quote, "Keyes did not play around with the ANFO-based explosives." He also apparently talked about how easy it would be to rob a bank because, quote, "the bank employees were trained to comply with the robber." This unnamed friend added that Keyes told him that bank robbers did not even need a weapon to pull off a robbery. He said that Keyes also talked generally about his knowledge of caches and survival stuff, and he believed that he learned these skills from his family. Israel and Tammy really seemed like a good couple at first. You know, they had a cat named Puff, and in October 2001, Tammy gave birth to their daughter at the Olympic Medical Center in Port Angeles, Washington. Israel said that his daughter, Lainey, and his job helped him a lot. And before that, due to a suspended license from the DUI that he got, he would sit around the house and read serial killer books and watch slasher movies. Tammy said that he loved director Rob Zombie and was a big fan of The Devil's Rejects and House of a Thousand Corpses. She recalled that he also liked the Halloween movies. Apparently these movies and reading these books excited the fantasies that he was already having, and it's widely believed that he killed someone around this time, his first victim. This took place between July 2001 and October 2001, according to the FBI files.
I had had a DUI when I was in the Army, right before I got out, so there were a few months there where I was trying not to drive because I didn't want to get busted again for driving on a suspended license, and I think it was on unemployment, so I just spent a lot of time sitting around, and you know, that's always what would start it up for me.
What, just sitting around?
Just sitting around and reading stuff. Or
what kind of stuff were you reading?
Just, you know, that kind of thing, like serial killer stuff, and slasher movies and all that stuff that I'd always been into, but when I sit around and do it, it's,
what happens?
it just gets to where I just get really restless and feel like I have to do something.
So how long?
Hence the branding.
How
The branding works for a while.
How long until you got out of the Army? How long after that did you? did you last?
Oh, not very long. For the most part, I was pretty good though, because Lainey was born just a few months after I got out. So. And then I got another job, and that kept me stable most of the time. But
That's the one at Neah Bay.
yeah.
Though it has been speculated that Keyes killed before joining the military, the FBI's timeline based on their interviews with Keyes and the things that he has said is that he committed his first murder when leaving the military in July of 2001 between the birth of his daughter, so sometime in October of 2001. The FBI also believes that Keyes may have taken his first victim in Oregon. The connection to this case was first made by researcher and co-creator of Last Known Contact, Nina Waldman. Nicole Angel spoke to her mother for the last time on October 2nd, 2001. She was living in Vancouver, Washington at the time, going to school and working as a dancer at a club in Northwest Portland, Oregon. According to a childhood friend, she was last seen outside the parking lot of the club in Oregon, though another eyewitness believes they saw her at a McDonald's after October 2001. After not hearing from her daughter for nearly 3 months, her mother reported her missing on December 25th, Christmas Day.
It's scary how quickly it can happen to someone and how fast people turn their backs on you when they feel like you're living a life that they don't want to associate with. And I feel like a lot of people did that to her.
Because of the dancing?
I think the dancing was a big part of it. A lot of people look down on her. People have been so incredibly rude about it. It's like, why do you care? She was a dancer.
To watch episodes 1 and 2, subscribe to crimecult.com. Click the link in the description. The third and final episode will be out as soon as we finish it. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Victoria Evans. Be safe out there.